she's out cold. When she comes to, start up again. I'm gonna take a leak.
So how long are they planning to keep that guy in solitary alive?
Beats me. Who is he anyway?
Some sort of scientist. You awake?
Morning.
So, we have awoken in a prison somewhere, and we have to find all of our items. And so, as you can see, the enemies have gotten much more dangerous. They more frequently have weapons now, like guns. They're not very good at firing them, but you know, like, in a situation where you're dealing with multiple guys, they may catch you off guard.
I just really like the idea of, like, Nina doing, like, that badass, like, good morning, and then immediately getting the shit beaten out of her by four guys just running in.
Just immediately getting shot in the chest 4 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're in, like, a new locale here now. I guess, spoilers, this isn't another part of the cruise ship. And while the cruise ship was kind of, like, labyrinthine, you know, in a way, I feel like you could keep keep track of where everything was as you were exploring it. This is a much bigger locale that we're going to have to be dealing with, as you'll see in just a moment.
My initial thought definitely was like, yeah, this is probably not the cruise ship anymore. But then I recall, like, okay, well, sure, there was also the giant marble Mount Rushmore and all of that shit. So maybe.
Yeah, it could be anything.
I'm kind of surprised that it's not. Like, I thought we'd stay on that cruise ship much longer.
Yeah, I would have gathered, like, the cruise ship would be most for the game, and then we would have, like, a final area.
Yeah, you go to a lab like a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, and we're just doing that, you know, like, a couple hours in. So we picked up a couple techniques that I think are kind of integral to this game in a way that it's weird that it takes so long for you to unlock them. But the first one is, like, evasive maneuvers. Now when we're dodging, we can do throws on enemies. And we'll show off a bit more, but it really opens up your ability to fight, because now it's not just, like, either dodging or attacking. You can kind of do, for lack of a better word, like combo strings.
Yeah, in any of these kinds of brawler games, the dodge attack equivalent of that game is usually always, like, completely integral to playing really well. Like, my initial thought was, like, you know, in the Yakuza games, the dodge attack is kind of one of the first ones you want to get because it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Really? I kind of stopped using the dodge attack, like, a couple of games in.
I've always felt like it was pretty decent to, like, get a, like, light stagger in, which opens up things a little bit easier.
And especially in a game like this where you're just, like, constantly bombarded with enemy groups, the feeling that you can dodge out of the way of one attack and grab someone else in an attack is indispensable.
Right, it opens up where the safe area is to dodge.
Yeah, anyways, great environmental storytelling here. So we opened up a prisoner's journal and immediately know he's British because he says things like chap and bloody hell.
Oh, so he deserved this?
Yeah, whatever happened, he probably deserved it.
Is it environmental storytelling, or is it just storytelling?
I mean, you know, if you think about it, all storytelling is environmental because it happens in an environment.
I think it's only environmental if it's written on a wall in blood.
No, I see. Oh, like Left 4 Dead. Well, we may see more of that later, so just keep it in mind.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, as you see, just like the spaces are much more open in here.
She's alone.
In a way that causes a problem, probably for me specifically, and maybe other players in general, where it's just like the camera angles and stuff just make it hard to kind of keep track of where you are.
I'm glad that they didn't, like, take your fancy spy equipment anywhere, like, secure. They just have it in a room.
Yeah, and they didn't eat any of my meal kits. It was really kind of them.
Is this also, like, kind of a hub area in the same way that, like, the foyer was on the cruise ship?
This section, it's I guess the closest to a hub area. I would say that this is definitely made it into more like an interconnected smaller areas that all each have a hub, but this is our first hub, as it were.
So, like, this is a bit more of a linear area compared to the cruise ship?
It's linear in progression, but as you unlock more, it's a much larger area than the cruise ship.
I love that this guy is, like, fucking reviewing this, like, torture prison.
Yeah, he actually wrote this down to remember to put it on Yelp afterwards.
Yeah?
Yeah, 2 out of 5. I complained about my rations that I got, and they pulled off my fingernails. Thought that was a little extreme, and they didn't have any spaces for, like, me and my 6 other prison friends to, like, sit anywhere.
Do not come here if you like your fingers.
No more entries, but he still put down the date.
Yeah. He wrote down that it was Christmas because he's like, oh, there's going to be something great. They're going to give me a present here in prison. They're giving me an extra ration of bread.
Yeah, they're giving him his fingernails back.
Yeah, they kept him in a jar the whole time. Yeah, again, there's just a lot of extra space and a lot of just stuff hidden in it. Not just, like, story stuff, but here we get another melee belt. Getting a lot of these and not getting a lot of gun belts, I gotta say.
Yeah, looking at, like, how dilapidated this, like, torture prison is, how does anybody even get tortured, like, around here? Like, how do you bring anybody to, like, any place without, like, worrying that shit is gonna fall on your head?
Yeah, I feel like being here is sort of the torture enough, right? Like, given all of the, like, roof falling through, I just assume that, like, plenty of the inmates died just by, like, walking and, like, a piece of roof hit them in the head and killed them.
Yeah, like...
One of the soldiers got really mad, like, oh, there goes all our rats! What are we gonna eat now?
Like, you're gonna taste, like, some CIA guy to get, like, all the information out of him, and just before he reveals it, the fucking roof collapses on his head.
Yeah? Or, like, his chair breaks and he hits his head on the ground and just dies.
Yeah?
Yeah, this place used to be a great torture prison. Now it's all gone to pot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5 Michelin stars.
They had the best gruel of any prison in international waters.
Yeah.
You know, they tortured you and it actually felt like they cared. These guys,
yeah.
If you go there now, it's like, I don't know, what's your car's license plate say? Like, they don't care. They're not even writing it down.
True professionals, like, you know, you really feel comfortable and, like, well treated when your torturer really knows how to make you wish for death.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set up your car at the valet and, you know, they just hit the emergency button when they need to find your car.
Yeah.
I just broke out of the cell. The room service was really bad.
At least you're in one piece. HQ believes that Kometa has collapsed due to the incident on board the Amphitrite. So, all that remains is...
Salacia.
Right. According to HQ, the man behind the carnage on the Amphitrite is somewhere on this island. Lucas Hayes. He's one of the research scientists employed by Kometa. He seems to have betrayed them and broadcast that video of the exploding ship.
Mm-hmm.
Nina, Hayes should be imprisoned there somewhere. Locate him and acquire information on Salacia. I'm going to scout around the outside of this facility. I'm counting on you.
They're like acting like this is like a big moral thing. We're actually just doing it for the ad money. We're hoping to pull it out of him.
Nina Williams, like, I caused 1,000 people's blindness.
So here you can see, if someone gets notified of you quick enough while you're doing the chokehold, they just break out of the chokehold. It's fucked up. So there's our first
They get
new
really
move.
embarrassed, and they're like, Nina, stop it.
Yeah.
Not while the others are looking.
There you saw our first new move. If we do a tactical leap over an enemy as a dodge, we can now like grab them during the jump and throw them forward.
Okay.
I like the zoom in on the brain.
It really lets you know, like, oh yeah, you stopped them from being able to use this. So that way's blocked off. We can't go there, but we will be back there later.
What did the impact font posters say?
It's just the Jack one, and it just says, like, enlist in the army.
Oh.
We saw that one before. Anyways.
Oh, man, I shouldn't have those.
Man, remember when video games had mirrors in them? That was great.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they meant something, like killing a guy on the toilet.
Didn't even put up a fight.
Rest in peace, that guy died in his own shit. Anyways, we did it for a key.
Burritos apparently just absolutely tank your health. You are on
Yeah.
death's door.
Yeah, that's the real torture of this place.
Yeah, we don't steal his thumbnail, but his thumbprint, but you know he's white. It was just too spicy for him.
That'd be so funny if we go through this dilapidated prison, but then we just find, like, a pristine Taco Bell inside of it.
Yeah. So I think we missed it before, but in this new area, we also just have new thumbprints we need to get for different security measures. Our cruise ship ones don't mean anything here.
Of course not.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Different
Those guys
security
all
guys.
worked on the cruise ship.
Yeah, now that I got the evasion attacks, I just like using them a lot, just taking advantage of them.
I kind of just envisioned Nina eventually getting just a massive collection of thumbprints she has to check on every single door, somehow having them on a gigantic ring like a janitor with an entire seat of keys for a building.
Right, you've got the fingerprint, like, key ring, and you just go through and it's like, no, this is also security level 1, this is 1, this is 1. I'll say it, I'm also going to take off a star from our review because of the lighting in here. It's awful.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking one off for, like, the constant nu metal bass chord they keep playing. I like the completely, like, weird silence.
So, welcome to the newest enemies that we're facing, the Tekken Force.
Oh my god.
So, they're fucking annoying. One, they have a long-range attack to throw kunai, and they also have a slide attack that you can't, like, block normally. It kind of gets under the normal attacks, and so you just kind of have to, like, get out of the way or deal with it, which is much harder when there's a bunch of them.
The more I looked at them, and especially once they got to the slide, my thought very much was just, okay, how Voldo do these guys get? Not the entire way there, but kinda there.
Yeah, they're like Voldo Light.
You know, when are we gonna get, like, Soul Calibur's Ivy and Death by Degrees too?
Nina, it's Alan. I've obtained a map of this facility. I'm sending it now. Nina, be careful. They've got reinforcements. The Tekken Force is here.
Tekken Force?
Shima Saibaku's private army. A special forces unit versed in all forms of hand-to-hand combat. I've heard rumors of them, but...
I might say Yoshimitsu.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but also Yoshimitsu is a Tekken character.
That's right, so both Yoshimitsus meet up.
Oh my god, that would
Ooh.
be the buddy cop where the Yoshimitsus have to work together.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
Okay, this is something I've actually been curious about. Are they the same Yoshimitsu?
No, it's like a title.
No. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's like the Yoshimitsus are like a clan of ninjas.
Okay. Anyways, that was great and all, Alan telling us where we need to go, but actually we need to go back into this room one more time because more soldiers have spawned to fight.
There's the intruder!
And one of them has a fingerprint we need to get.
You're
my-
obsessed. You need
Yeah.
help.
There we go. That was the other one. So if you just dodge out of the way and grab, you do like a cool you just like throw them backwards. It's really good. But yeah, no, this is they have a lot of these weird thumbprints or fingerprints where you have to just go to a place that you've been and doesn't like provide anything in a certain time, or else the enemy group just disappears.
Oh my god. Min, stop becoming security guards. We need construction workers.
So, like, does gathering all the fingerprints actually give you anything, or is it just to be a little creep?
Well, one, it's a little creepy, but two, you get to open more of the lockers, which give you items. So it's like, it's another way if you like use weapons a lot to gain more weapons or like stat items. It's not strictly necessary in any way. Like all of the ones that are necessary will be placed in front of you.
Also, Nina works for 23andMe, and she's just trying to get all that information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely was kind of wondering, like, is the design philosophy really that they expect you to run around, not be able to get anywhere, then start backtracking everywhere to get the thing you need to get further again? Because that seemed pretty poorly designed.
That's PS2 game design.
Yeah, still.
Realistically, I think they're just like hiding some of them. I think that maybe the ones that are like hidden will give you better items. I haven't really like checked it 100%.
It's really more just to make your life easier.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, welcome to the torture room, which is being immaculately kept up, I will say. Like, compared to the block we were just in.
Oh yeah, this is like rustic. This is like kind of... I feel like this is like their big like showpiece thing. Like, oh, this has been here for 300 years.
Aren't all the rooms in this place torture rooms?
I guess in a way, but this one's like got all the tools in it. It's sort of like Middle Ages chic, you know?
Well,
That's
I mean,
true.
it's like, don't you live in all the rooms in your house, not just the living room?
I guess so.
This is just the escape room that the facility gets. Like, that's the one that a lot of the 5-star reviews really start pointing out. It's one of the newer additions.
We've also gained the final strike in our critical strike meter. So now we can do 3 of them at once, which if enemies are strong enough, we'll just kill them 3 times instead of once.
I like when the guys die and they try to do one last push-up before they die.
Yeah, it's good. Well, if you do the extra push-up, you look that much better in the eyes of the Lord, so...
Man, this place has a gas leak now. Tragic. Like, this place used to be something.
Yeah.
And particularly, especially like the VX pipes.
Yeah, like, man, 30 years ago, like, they were proud of those VX pipes, and look at them now.
When my dad founded Torture Prison...
And you just see the managers, like, they're just not the same quality anymore. This one, like, tried to kidnap, like, an entire fucking satellite. Like, we didn't get these controversies before.
When the facility got acquired by Interrogation Corp, nothing was ever the same.
I'm sorry, but it referred to it as ample evidence for torture. I feel like evidence of torture is not something you find ample of. Something you find ample of is a basket of apples. That has an ample amount of apples in it.
Well, no, there's just a lot of torture here.
There's a bowl with an ample amount of teeth in it.
Hey, did you see my video on the net? Who are you with? Whatever. Never mind. That's not important. If you get me out of here, I'll give you top priority on my future contracts.
Lucas Hayes, I presume?
If you act now, I'll give you 30% off.
Tell me, what is Salacia?
Can't breathe. Chill out. Be happy to talk. But first, you've got to bust my ass out of here. If I die, you won't get your precious information. That's the deal. You'll need Enrique's prince to open this door. Ah, the hot-blooded one. I tell you, it won't be easy. I don't know who you're with, but... Wait, don't tell me you're alone. You can't be serious.
Anyways, we can't break him out without Enrique's fingerprint, so I guess we gotta go find him.
I mean, to be fair, like, he's not even, like, the top 10 worst, like, things a YouTuber has done.
Yeah, he's not even America's most wanted. He's not in the top 10. Anyways, like everything here, it's just slightly different. So, like, the weapons caches, right? The caches, they're different now, too. Instead of, you know, whatever we were doing before, there's much more, like, South American designs that they've put in, and they're much bigger, as you can see.
Now I need to play Q-Bird to open them.
Aw, man, that'd be cool.
But everybody just knows, like, this is the only way you really should lock up your stuff.
Yeah, this is the only secure way. You just can't trust bike locks anymore.
Like, the lockpicking lawyer is like, no, you have to go with this.
I hear this is actually what they're installing in homes these days, is you have to solve a 15 puzzle.
Mm-hmm. And then you
to get the grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know how, like, some people keep keys under their, like, doormats in case they need to get in? Mm-hmm. They just keep a grenade launcher here.
They keep adding them to the laundry rooms in the new, like, tenements, but they always go for the like the 3-tile one, and it's super easy, and it might as well just not be there.
Yeah, again, another star off on the Yelp review for that one. I need to feel like I'm actually secure when I'm dealing with the grenade launcher that they've placed in the laundry room.
I'm just so fucking pissed at my landlord. I went to, like, go get my, like, bazooka, and you know what was there? They had a tic-tac-toe guarding it.
Ugh. So you've just never opened it. You've always tied.
No, yeah.
That's kind of always the fear, is something breaks, like one of these things breaks and you have to call the landlord. He comes in and replaces it with, like, the sliding puzzle one.
Right. So it seems like Prisoner A, the British one, has found a way out. And now this is the real environmental storytelling. What could this be?
That's the UK flag.
Yeah, and it's also our way out of prison.
And Nina Williams hates art.
True!
I don't think I would have thought to beat the shit out of that.
I mean, I was mostly expecting you to just jump down a hole.